Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm going to be doing my November wrap up. So in the month of November I had huge plans to read a ton of books and participate in a ton of readathons that were going on, and I didn't do all that well. So I ended up reading 6 books in the month of November, which is pretty standard for me, but I could have definitely read more. I just found myself like not wanting to read and like binging stuff on Netflix and like just doing other things than reading. So if I would have made more time to read, I would have read more, but unfortunately I just didn't do that. I did participate in 2 readathons this month. I participated in the Contemporary-a-thon, which was a new readathon created by Julie over at Pages and Pens and Chelsea over at Chelsea Darling Reads. If you guys aren't subscribed to their channels, go and do so. I'll link them down below. And there was 7 challenges. I completed 3 challenges, but I only read 2 books. So let's just talk about those really quick. The first thing that I picked up for Contemporary-a-thon was A Line in the Dark by Melinda Lowe. This is like a dark thriller, or it's supposed to be. So this fit for that one. It also fit for something not set in summer because it's set like in the fall and the winter. I gave it 2.5 stars. I rounded it up to 3, but I think I'm gonna push it back down to 2. I don't know. It wasn't a bad book per se. It wasn't very thriller-esque. I mean, I think it's YA. And I don't think I read a lot of YA thrillers, but I just expected more from it, so I was a little disappointed. The relationships in here, you know, I don't know, there's some LGBTQ plus rep in here, which, you know, seemed okay to me. I'm not sure. I can't really speak on that, but yeah, overall, it just kind of fell flat. It didn't really do anything for me, but I did read this one and, you know, 2.5 stars. And then I picked up More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. This completed the challenge of a buddy read because I read this with T over on Twitter, and it also completed the challenge of the LGBTQIA plus rep. And this book, my god, you guys, I gave this, I want to say like 4.5 out of 5 stars. And it just broke my heart, and it made me feel all of the feels, and this is my first Adam Silvera, and it definitely won't be my last. I really, really enjoyed it, and I've heard from other booktubers that this is their least favorite of all of his books, but it's still great. Like, they still enjoyed it and loved it, so if this was their least favorite and this was so good, I cannot wait to pick up his other ones, because if you haven't read it, just read it. It's so good. Yeah. Okay, and then, so that's all I read for Contemporary-a-thon. I had 2 books that I needed to read for my TBR Rewind for the month of November, the first of which was Wake by Amanda Hocking. I read this, I gave it 3 stars. It was good, it was quick, and I enjoyed it, so I will continue on. I have all this, the whole entire series, so I will continue. I think I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars. I liked it well enough. It wasn't mind-blowing, but I did like it, so. The other book that I was supposed to read in the month of November for my November TBR Rewind was The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton, and I didn't even try to pick this up. Like, I just was not interested, and I kind of knew that at the beginning of the month, but I was really going to try, especially if I could have got it on audiobook, which I didn't, so I'm never going to read this. I love it. It's beautiful. It looks so nice on my shelf, but like, it takes up a lot of space. I'm not going to read it. I didn't read it, so as the rules go, it's got to go. Like, I'm just going to get rid of it. It breaks my heart, but someone else will love it, and it's just not going to be me. So that's that. Now, I did also participate in the MinimoG-a-thon that was going on the last week of the month. I completed 3 books, and I can't remember what the challenges were, so I'm gonna kind of try. And then I tried to read this one during the Contemporary-a-thon. This was the contemporary that was 5 years or older, but I unfortunately didn't finish it on time. But that is The Marriage Trap by Jennifer Probst. I did end up finishing this after the Contemporary-a-thon ended, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. I liked this one a lot better than the very first one, which I think is The Marriage Bargain. And I really, really enjoyed this one a lot more. I like the characters more, I think. I just connected with them more, and I will read the final book in the trilogy. They're kind of like companion, but they all linked together. So it was good. I liked it, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then I participated in the MinimoG-a-thon, but I only completed 2 books for that. The first of which is Lick by Kylie Scott, and this was the challenge to read a book with green on the cover, and you can't really tell, but there's like green in his tattoo. So I picked this one up. I've heard Julie talk about this on her channel. You know, it's trash, but I loved it. I really, really loved it. I gave this one, I think I gave this one 3.5 or 4, I can't remember exactly. It took me a little while to get into it. I mean, I loved it like from the first like couple pages because Evelyn, who's the main character, used the word boobage, and like I love that. But yeah, it's just like smut and like rock and roll, like, you know, this girl like wakes up in Vegas with this guy that she doesn't know, and then things like go on from there. She's like with a rock star, like a very famous guy. She doesn't even know who he is, and it was good. It was problematic, like obviously, but like it's okay. Like I just really liked it, and I definitely will be continuing on in the future. And then the final book that I read in the month, and the final book that I read for MinimoG-a-thon, was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This is the challenge of read something with red and white on the cover, which this fits, and I had started this back in April, and I didn't get through it before I had to go back to the library, and I've been trying to get it back from the library since then, and I just haven't had the chance, but I finally saw it when I was there, and I grabbed it, and I am so glad that I read this. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. If you have not read it, you need to read it. It's fantastic. Like, it's heartbreaking, and it's relevant, and I think everyone needs to read it, and you know, it's, you know, going to be a movie, which is amazing. And I just saw that Angie Thomas's new book comes out. I don't know when it comes out, but it does have a title. I think it's called On the Come Up, maybe, and I definitely will be picking that one up when it comes out. And I actually am going to be purchasing this book. I want to purchase it in the book depository cover because I like it better, the paperback, but I will be purchasing this to add to my shelves because I definitely need it. And I think everyone should read this. And when my niece is old enough, I'm gonna give this to her to read as well because, like I said, everyone should read this. I absolutely adored it. 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, so those are all the books that I read in the month of November. I know it's not a lot, but I kind of went all over the spectrum this month, and I loved it. I read like things that I don't normally read, like contemporaries, and like smutty romances and stuff, and I had a great reading month, even though I only read 6 books, and I loved it. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys read in the month of November, if you participated at any readathons, how well you did, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Goodreads, and Instagram, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.